Hello ladies and gentlemen, Devon from Dcon here, and these are Bowers & Wilkins PX headphones. They are wireless, noise-canceling headphones, and they weigh 335 grams. They have Bluetooth 4.1 built in, and are also APTx HD compliant. The battery ranges from around 22 to 29 hours, and thankfully USB Type-C is implemented for charging. These headphones are very low-key and modern. I personally went with the space gray version, which allows it to be a bit more minimalistic. There's also a blue and gold variant, which is a bit more exuberant if that's your thing. Each cup rotates 135 degrees, giving the headphones a foldable design, making it easier to slide into a carrying pouch. Both the outer portions of the ear cups and headband are covered in this checkered fabric, while the inner portions are constructed of this memory foam padding, which is covered in this nice soft leather material. The combination of memory foam and leather allow the headphones to be extremely comfortable. The circumference of the ear cups themselves are a bit on the small side. Although I didn't have problems myself, I could see this being an area of concern for other people as it may cause some discomfort. The headband is easily adjustable and can be extended by pulling each side downward. The speaker wire is nicely covered in a nylon braided cover and runs along each adjustable rod. Aesthetically this looks very nice, but in practicality it's kind of a bad design choice by B&W, as these will easily get damaged if exposed to any kind of water. Now, let's go back to the ear cups for a second. This plastic piece here is more than just a branding opportunity for B&W, it also acts to cover the rear part of the speaker. This allows the headphones to be a closed back headphone as opposed to an open back headphone. You may be thinking, Devon, why do I care if my headphones are closed back? Well, one reason is they help limit noise from leaking out of the headphones, as well as prevent any external noise from coming in. This is convenient if you're on a flight or in a public place such as a coffee shop or a library and you don't want to disturb or be disturbed by anyone around you. But the main reason why these headphones are closed back is to implement the noise cancelling feature, which I'll talk about further in a minute. Along the right ear cup is where all the functionality lies. The power button doubles as a Bluetooth pairing button. So holding it down for a few seconds launches the headphones into Bluetooth pairing mode, whereas if you slide it to the left for a few seconds, the headphones will power off. Interestingly enough, Bowers & Wilkins does not recommend to turn the headphones off, ever. In fact, they recommend you to just leave them on and let the headphones go into standby mode. So after a few minutes of inactivity, the headphones will detect that they're not being used and they'll go to sleep. This actually works quite well as the battery holds an excellent charge in standby mode, and it's just one less thing you have to worry about when you take the headphones off. Just above the power button is the environmental mode button. This is what activates the noise cancellation feature. There are 3 sensitivities of noise cancellation, all of which is accessible via B&W's phone application. The 3 modes are a nice touch, but I personally couldn't tell the difference between them. Airline is the most aggressive of the 3 as it attempts to block out any external engine noise. The noise cancellation works quite well, but is nowhere near as aggressive or effective as Bose's Quiet Comfort series, which essentially eliminate all external noise. Now, this can be a good or a bad thing depending on your personal preference. I personally prefer the less aggressive approach of these headphones. Noise cancellation is a great feature when you're in a noisy environment. When you're in a quieter environment, however, and you want to listen to some good music, it's highly recommended to leave it turned off. That way, your sound quality isn't degraded and your battery doesn't discharge at a faster rate. The remaining buttons are your traditional volume up, volume down, and play and pause in between. The play and pause button doubles as a track selector. Pressing it twice skips to the next track, while pressing it 3 times returns you to the previous track. With the headphones on, there is a slight learning curve to all the buttons. The play and pause button is slightly raised to differentiate itself from the volume up and volume down button, however, I don't think it's enough to minimize any mistakes. After extended use, you'll get used to it, but I just think it could have been better designed. Maybe spreading the buttons out slightly and texturizing the play and pause button may have been the better way to go. Since these are Bluetooth headphones, they're able to receive calls. To accept a phone call, you simply press the play button once. And to reject a phone call, you press the play button until the phone call is rejected. In terms of call quality, it was slightly awkward hearing the person I was talking to. The connection and quality of the phone call was fine, however their voice was extremely muffled. The built-in microphone is really nice, however, and everyone I talked to reported that they could hear me just fine. And adjacent to the built-in microphone, we have a 3.5mm headphone jack and a Type-C USB port, both of which are capable of listening to music via a wired connection. With the Type-C USB port, you're able to listen to music and charge simultaneously. While these are convenient options if you want to use an older device that is not APTx HD compliant and you want to listen to lossless audio, they kind of defeat the purpose of having wireless headphones. Now before I move on to the sound quality, I want to take a moment and talk about the battery. It is an 850 milliamp lithium-ion rechargeable battery, and it is fantastic. During my testing, I was able to get around 20 hours with noise cancellation activated, and about 26 without it. All while never turning off the headphones and strictly relying on standby mode in between each use. Now onto what really matters, the sound. These headphones are APTx HD compliant, and in short, that means they're able to receive lossless audio files via a wireless connection. For anyone not knowing what lossless audio means, it is essentially audio that is not altered and is completely uncompressed. Audio found on CDs, for example, are completely lossless, while audio streamed from Pandora, Spotify, and even music downloaded from iTunes is completely compressed. Compressed audio is bad because you lose a lot of the fidelity that makes music so engaging and amazing. Now, I'll shut up about that and I'll talk about the actual sound these headphones produce. These headphones sound really, really good, and they hit low enough to make the bass feel substantial without bottoming out or sounding boomy. The mid-range is nice and accurate, while the treble is a little on the bright side and may cause minor ear fatigue after extended periods of time. The soundstage presented is a bit constrained, and this is a limitation due to the closed-back design, while the actual separation of the instruments is actually really nice. By this, I mean there's a nice clarity among the different instruments on a given track when they're all playing at once. For example, you'll be able to differentiate a regular guitar from a bass guitar, all while hearing a tambourine off in the distance when listening to New Slang by the Shins. The instruments don't necessarily sound as true to life as with more expensive headphones, and that's just a limitation of the drivers implemented, which is honestly expected of any headphone under $500. Overall, the sound is very impressive, and in my opinion, these are the best sounding wireless headphones that you can buy right now. If you're like me and you want a minimalistic wireless headphone without compromising on compressed audio, then this is absolutely the headphone for you. Not only is lossless audio a possibility, but the battery life is incredible and they are very comfortable for extended periods of use. The noise cancellation is implemented very nicely, although it's not as aggressive as Bose's Quiet Comforts. So if noise cancellation is your main priority and you don't necessarily care about lossless audio, go ahead and get the Quiet Comforts. They're very nice headphones. But if you care about sound first and foremost, these are your guys. Let me know what your thoughts are on these headphones, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer them. And well, that's gonna wrap up my video. If you enjoyed this video, send me your likes. If you enjoy my content, send me your subs. And as always, thanks for stopping by. I'll see you in the next video.